your old outlook is holding you back in some sort of way. And the old lens that you view life through needs updating. The prescription is coming up to be updated. And we gonna get this work so that we can level the fuck up. Just saying, get ready. Yo, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the full moon in Virgo reading for 2024. Welcome to Pisces season, the season of I believe, baby. And I'm nervous about the shakiness of this. My tripod, I lost the attachment, like the part that holds my phone. I lost it in Hawaii. So I gotta get a new tripod. And until then, just being creative with what we have. But yo, Virgo energy is health and service. Virgo energy governs the mundane day-to-day life. And so how you structure your day-to-day life and how you interact with the mundane, it really dictates the level of magic that you interface with. Just saw 101 on the clock. Yeah, there is this divine realignment because Pisces season wants you to interface with more magic. 111, more synchronicity, more sweetness, sucking the fucking nectar out of life, you know? So hydrate, light it if you got it, baby, and buckle up. Because this full moon in Virgo, it really demands emotional and spiritual order. And we gonna get this work, like I said. This full moon happens on Saturday, February 24th, 2024, 2/24/24. I like and 2 + 4 is 6, so harmony. A releasing of things that are keeping you from experiencing more harmony in some sort of way. And it's happening at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, 5:30 a.m. Mountain time at 5 degrees Virgo. And so, you know, I got to hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And his description of the 5th degree of Virgo is a skull on a pole at the entrance to a dark wood. Sounds about right. That's where we're at. A skull on a pole at the entrance to a dark wood. me. The mind of death always knows ahead of time each and every danger, problem, and dilemma. I need to say that again. The mind of death always knows ahead of time each and every danger, problem, and dilemma. The Cassandra complex, warning self and world of what will go wrong. I don't know what the Cassandra complex is. The Cassandra complex, warning self and world of what will go wrong. Cautioning, tempering, and suppressing. You can afford no mistakes. The mind is set up doing it just right from start to finish. When there are hitches and snags, you hit the roof with qualms and doubts. The self against itself. The mind standing over the spontaneous one and saying, no, you can't go that way. Forebodings are a self-fulfilling prophecy. Ooh! Forebodings are a self-fulfilling prophecy. The self proves itself right and wrong. God damn, he don't quit. Every line. The self proves itself right and wrong. I'm telling you, that's why words are spells. And I'm saying we have the experience we expect. We have the experience we prepare for. So if you're in Florence Scovel Shinn says, if you save for a rainy day, it will surely rain and at the most inconvenient fucking time. If you're preparing for the other shoe to drop, the shoe will motherfucking drop at the most inconvenient time. The self proves itself right and wrong, right about nothing working, and wrong to be in that position. This is a mindset to be eroded and worn out, supplanted by fresh inquiry with no agenda, no worry, and just the truth that there is death in everything and life to follow if you let go into it completely. Woo! So this full moon in Virgo, I feel like, is really helping us release our ability to let go completely, because that's what Pisces is. This Pisces Virgo axis, Pisces, the spirit world, Virgo, the mundane, day-to-day reality life, this life that we're here, 3D. Pisces is the hangman, is represented in Tarot as one of the Pisces cards is the hangman. And the hangman is like, bro, you got to surrender. You got to let it go. The hangman speaks to, when it comes to the hangman, you have to talk about the immobility that is felt, or the immobility that is perceived. And so this full moon in Virgo is like, yo, there's stuff on this 3D physical plane that's blocking the 5D y'all want to be in so fucking bad. And the mindset that we currently have is to be eroded and worn out. It's meant to erode. It's meant to, your perspectives, our minds are supposed to fucking change. We're supposed to fucking grow. We're supposed to expand. We're supposed to shift. You're supposed to level up and think higher thoughts and evolve and grow. Because if you had the same mindset that you did when you were 18, baby, you'd be living a very different life right now. And some of you do got the same fucking mindset that you did at 18. Curious as fuck why the progression hasn't moved forward. Some of y'all are fucking people that still had the same mindset that they did when they were 18, or have the mindsets of like fucking children. And then you're wondering why you feel like you got to grow this person, or you have to nurture or fix this thing. Okay. When I think of Virgos, I think of fucking Michael Jackson and I think of Beyonce. The perfection that is performance, the perfection that is artistry, and the fucking grueling, sometimes soul-sucking work and effort that's required to achieve that ability to make the shit look easy and effortless. The ones who are making it look easy, let me tell you now, there's a fuck ton of effort behind that. This is a mindset to be, let me go back. The self proves itself right and wrong, right about nothing working, and wrong to be in that position. It's like, yeah, you're right. Something isn't working. Something wasn't working. And you're absolutely wrong to stay in that position where the shit isn't working. So you have to make a move. Our actions have to match our ambitions, because our actions are going to lead us somewhere. You keep walking in this direction, it'll take you somewhere. But is that somewhere it's taking you your desired trajectory? Forebodings are a self-fulfilling prophecy. The self proves itself right and wrong. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry that I keep reading the same thing over again. I hope that it hits you as profoundly as it's hitting me, because I just been saying this with different words for a really long time. And so I love finding other language for things that I say repetitively. Right about nothing working, and wrong to be in that position. This is a mindset to be eroded and worn out, supplanted by fresh inquiry with no agenda, no worry, and just the truth that there is death in everything and life to follow if you let go into it completely. Because that is the fucking cycle of it all. Pisces is the ultimate ending, and its shadow Virgo is like the ultimate life, like what you do that gets you to that ultimate ending. The services that you provide, the way that you take care of yourself, your concept of health. Virgo is work, health, and service. What are you working for? What are you working towards? How are you taking care of your health on the way there? Because I don't care what anybody says, your purpose here in this 3D plane is to figure out who the fuck you are, what you're made of, and what your particular brand of service is, so that you can provide that to the collective. And everybody wants their purpose to be this big grandiose thing, but we got to understand that sometimes some people's purpose is to drive the taxi. Some people's purpose is to knit the sweater. Some people's purpose, and I mean purpose as in like their service that they're providing, not their purpose in life. So let me slow my roll with my words and be more intentional. Some of us, our mission is to, okay, taxi driver. I just heard, go listen to Bad Religion by Frank Ocean. If it brings me to my knees, it's a bad religion. The whole song is talking about a conversation he's having with a taxi driver. And it's funny because there's a lot of us that hear, oh, my purpose is to be a taxi driver, and you think low of that. Or you think that that's something that's not respectable or that's not enough in some sort of way. Do you know how much solace, how much wisdom, how much connection, how much hope, how much mystery and fun and adventure has been given by taxi drivers or Uber drivers or Lyft drivers, people who just are willing to connect? Hell, think of Taxi Cab Confessions for those 90s babies who fuck it, if you know, you know. Taxi Cab Confessions, bruh. So some of us, what this is coming up, I love when Spirit does this. What's coming up is some of us are judging our purpose, are judging our mission, are judging where we're at in life. And it's just like, whatever it is, if you're selling fucking cotton candy at the fair, if you're slinging hot dogs, if you're flipping burgers, what magic can you bring into that mundane? What God can you interface with and reflect and give back into your interactions? Or even if you're just flipping burgers, can you put good like love and like heart and nourishment into what you're doing? So it's like, damn, every time John works, shit just tastes better. Every time I work with Elaine, why are these random names coming up? Every time I work with Elaine, my energy just gets hype. Whatever it is, stop judging yourself for the place that you're at and the work that you're doing. Judge yourself for how much God you're allowing to flow through you and interact in that. How much magic you're allowing to like flow through you and generate and like create this like vacuum of like reverence. How much awe are you allowing yourself to be in? Be sure to check out Patreon, because either way, Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, I've started my ethical cult, and we vibe. It's a vibe over there. Come check it out. For free shit though, check out my Instagram at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. All the links are in the description box below, so please hit that up. And also, y'all like the video. You hear, right? Like the fucking video. Thank you. Like, it's the least we're able to do for each other. Thank you. So, I've got some questions I want to ask. But like I said, hydrate, light it if you got it, as I create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors. Excuse me, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for everyone watching this video. Firstly, I want to ask, what does this full moon in Virgo want us to analyze? Full moons are when the moon opposes the sun opposes the moon, and that opposition generates a release or a letting go or an ending. And the opposition of the moon, your emotions, the sun, what you know about yourself to be true. It's like the luminaries are looking at each other. So there's lots of emotional realizations. There are lots of like real world, day-to-day external realizations about what needs to be released. And with it being Virgo is a sign of I analyze. Virgo governs work, health, service, the day-to-day, 3D reality. And so what does this full moon in Virgo want us to analyze? Pulling from the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, because it's Virgo energy, we're gonna do it traditionally. They enjoy structure. Full moon in Virgo wants you to analyze your thought process, wants you to analyze the foundation of your mind. There's still heartbreak, disappointment, pain that needs to be transmuted into wisdom and therefore a new foundation. This full moon in Virgo wants you to analyze why you're inside so much, why you're not going out. Wants you to analyze your relationship to reverence, your relationship to church, your relationship to your beliefs, your relationship to maybe someone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, your relationship to prayer, your relationship to your spiritual practice. This is Pisces season. And the full moon, I love everybody that has been rocking with me knows that my favorite moon placement is when the moon is in Virgo. Because there's just this emotional organization and this emotional like getting your shit together that I just fucking rock with. I chef's kiss. Cosmically edit the fuck out of me. I am down for that. For cosmic constructive criticism, ooh, the alliteration. Sign me up. And so we need to analyze our relationship to prayer, our relationship to the way we talk, the words that we think, the words that we say out loud. Virgo, this full moon wants you to understand that it is healthy and progressive and wise to strive for being more masterful in your mind. Because when you're more masterful with your mind, you'll be more masterful with your thoughts. And when you're more masterful with your thoughts, you'll be more masterful with your words. And because words are spells and life and death are in the power of the tongue, it behoove us to be a bit more cognizant and intentional with the words that we're saying and the thoughts that we're thinking. And I feel like what this really is diving into is it's time to analyze your belief system, your faith system. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. Damn, and then the King of Wands. And then the Ace of Cups. With the Six of Wands. Okay. Multiple messages here. Some of us, this full moon in Virgo wants us to analyze the level of suitor that we are allowing in. How do you view yourself? Do you view yourself as a king or a queen that deserves their counterpart? Or do you view yourself as the emperor or the empress looking for their counterpart? Empresses do not get off the throne for kings. Emperors do not get off the throne for anything other than an empress. Queens pair with kings. And a queen will have a tryst with a knight, but won't pair with one or marry one or procreate with one. Maybe on a down day. But okay, so that's one message. Another is the full moon in Virgo wants you analyzing your relationship to establishment, like your financial establishment. the way you think about money, the way that you talk about money, the way that you lust after money, or prosperity or status. Some of you need to think more or think again about your connection to this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I feel like this full moon in Virgo wants you to start evaluating your relationship to, like, knowing that you got it, knowing that you have that spark. There is, by way of stillness, by way of quiet, by way of prayer, by way of meditation, by way of you getting more present, you being more mindful, your money will improve, your confidence will improve, you will feel worthy of receiving the things that the divine wants to give you, and there will be public success and recognition. The people around you will notice the change on you and when you spend more time here. So the full moon in Virgo wants you spending more time. Of course, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Wants you spending more time establishing a stronger foundation in the realm of your mind by way of visualization. Go read Psycho-Cybernetics. And by way of prayer and daydreaming and allowing yourself to be open to receiving visions. I also feel like this is saying it's time to analyze your relationship to status, to like what you consider status, what you consider luxury, what you consider mastery even. I also feel like for a lot of you, the divine is asking you to evaluate your relationship to like choice, like who you choose to surround yourself with, who you choose to pair with, who you choose to date, who you choose to, like, letting in more suitors. If you, okay, let's say for instance, you want to be married, you want to get married. Are you holding out for this one person, or are you letting your, like, I feel like the divine is like saying, hey, you need to let more suitors in or let more people in, you know. If one is like putting you on the like, let's see where things go mindset, there is someone that will come in that knows exactly who the fuck you are, and like Common tried to tell us, it don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine. Someone may see you and be like, that's fucking wifey material. Let me go ahead and scoop that up. I know what to do with that. And so I feel like if they wanted to, they would. And if they won't, someone else will. So there's some love messages coming out for that one. All right. Second question. Well, another thing also is like, I feel like Spirit wants you to analyze your relationship to receptivity, to harmony, to being celebrated, to receiving this influx of love, connection, sexual energy, new depths in your spirituality, new depths in your creativity. I feel like more artistry wants to flow through you, more creativity wants to flow through you. And it's really needed to like think more logically about structuring your time more effectively so that you can dabble in all of your passions, so that you can start to really trust in your originality, so that you can have this entrepreneurial life, or so that you can have this life where you're that you just have more governance over your time. Spirit wants you, like this full moon is asking us to really analyze our relationship to love too. There may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements coming in, or that's here. And there is some sort of like successful moving forward, believing that you are able to, like, that you are capable of receiving the things that you want. Believing in that you can receive, seeing yourself receiving the things that you want or pray for or long for. Okay. Next, what habits need to be released? Keep in mind this is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones. I can already tell this is going to be longer than I want it to be, but oh well. What habits for our greatest and highest good? Please show us. This full moon in Virgo wants us to analyze, and what habits need to be released for our greatest and highest good. Habits need to be released. The Hierophant reversed. Ooh, this is a fucking read for me. Why y'all be coming for me like this? Anyway, okay, for some of us, what habits need to be released is your fucking rebellion. It's like you are so anything traditional. You're like, nope, I don't want it. I don't like that. Some of us, this is like your habit to just be rebellious for the sake of being rebellious, rebel without a cause. For some of us, the way that you perceive love and marriage and commitment and togetherness, the way that you perceive monogamy, the way that you perceive polyamory, the way that you perceive open relationships, or whatever it is, the way that you perceive commitment, I feel like is an outdated habit. So even if it's like you are monogamous and you know that you want to stay monogamous, there could be something here about like healing the why around that, or making sure or tuning in that the why is like coming from a healthy place. You know, like, is there jealousy shit that needs to be tended to? Is there insecurity shit that needs to be tended to there? Just making sure that there's not ickiness at the root of your decisions. It's funny, I was having this conversation recently with a friend about the source of my, like where I, like me realizing the source of some of my beliefs around polyamory, and some of them are trauma-based. Doesn't mean I don't think that it's viable, doesn't mean that I don't think that it's possible to like have that healthy kind of like, you know, expanded loving unit, but there's a lot of people who are in monogamy for that, you know, for trauma-based reasons, and there's a lot of people that's in polyamory that's for trauma-based reasons. So I feel like there's stuff that you're religious about that needs to be released. Some of y'all may be like religious about smoking every day at 420. Religious about going to church every Sunday. Religious about going to the library. Religious about going to the gym. I just feel like whatever it is that you're... There's something about a habit that you do out of rebellion, or a habit that was born out of rebellion. Things that you do just for the sake of being unconventional. You know, like, I just want to be different, and so I'm going to do this because I'm different. Different. Inside joke. Hydrate. But I feel like also some of us are struggling with being judged. If you have like illegal habits, quit playing. There also could be like outdated religious practices or ritualistic practices. I feel like some of us need to clean off our altar. Some of us need to have healthier or more consistent habits around our spiritual practice, is how that feels. What perspectives need to be released? What outdated perspectives need to be released? There's something going on with the legal system. Some of you have an outdated perspective about this, Taurus or Libra. Some of you have an outdated perspective of justice, understanding that ultimate justice it is a mechanism that operates in the cosmic realm. And so our shitty little judicial system doesn't have shit on the actual like grand scheme long game justice. And long game and justice, the cosmic realm of justice does not operate on our timeline. This Libra or Taurus is not operating on your timeline. This person with Libra or Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising is not operating on your timeline. And your perspective of what's fair, your perspective of like authority, your perspective of balance, also like interesting, the pillars here, like the pillars of your faith, the pillars of your ethics are coming up to be rearranged in some sort of way. Some of you are like, I'll never do this, or I never wanted to do that, or I'm not going to do this until I'm there. Or I'm not going to get into a relationship until this happens. I'm not going to, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not going to go to school until this happens. I'm not going to launch the channel until this happens. I'm not going to work out until whatever it is. I feel like your like some of us are just really indecisive, and I feel like there's something about making right decisions quickly. And the way to start making right decisions quickly, I feel like, is by spending more time with yourself, more quality time, quiet time with yourself, so that you can identify what an internal yes is and what an internal no is more frequently, and you can like feel it in your body, so that you're like, and that that that's a no, versus the like, take the time to know the difference, so that you're not vacillating and going back and forth consistently and trying to figure out how it is you feel. It's like, okay, some of us, like we learned from childhood that we need to like hurry up and make a decision, say it now, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you need to, like, your perspective of how much time goes into making a decision, I feel like is coming up to be evaluated. Like, it's okay to sleep on it. It's okay to let that person sleep on it. It's okay to like not make the decision right now. It's okay to slow down. So we got a lot of what's going on wrong, or what we're doing wrong. Let's tap into, see, Spirit, what are we doing right? What do we need to continue doing? What are we doing a great job at? Give a little positive reinforcement. Virgos are usually very good at that, if you haven't pissed them off enough. What are we doing right? What do we need to keep doing more of? Loving, being sweet, being inclusive. You're doing a great job at being creative. I feel like some of you have learned how to apologize, learned how to accept apologies. You're learning how to go with the flow. Empress on the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're taking good care of yourself. You're taking better care of yourself, and your body is in better shape than you are giving yourself credit for. And I feel like some of you are in the initial stages of learning how to love and luxuriate and treat yourself and your body better than you used to. And you're doing that right. Keep that shit up. Keep being brave and investing in your body and buying the quality food, and switching up your diet and seeing what works for your body, seeing what gives you more energy, what gives you more life. What you're doing right is being inclusive, is being kind. You're doing good in offering your love to someone, or being kind or forgiving to someone. Some of you are in the initial stages of like a relationship, or there's all these new like romantic feelings coming up, and you may be questioning, especially if they have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, or Libra placements. There is something here about like, keep doing it. You're doing it right. Like, you feel this passion or this pull or this drive towards this thing. Keep doing it. Some of you are like, you finally started your business, or you finally started the workout plan. You finally started taking care of yourself. You finally started focusing on your business more. You finally started, managing your time differently, or something of that nature. You finally started investing in like quality self-care and self-love. Some of you are thinking about getting engaged or thinking about getting married, or some of you are thinking about trying to have kids or getting pregnant, and like what you're doing right. You're a great parent, you're a great lover, you're a great mother, you're a great spouse. Some of you may be questioning your ability to like really love properly, and it just feels like here's a pat on the back from the divine, that you're operating in a heart-based place, and I feel like you will be rewarded for that. There is prosperity, there's consistency coming in, or that you've already are experiencing in some sort of way, and it's only going to get better. So keep loving. Some of you are like diving into healing modalities, tarot, Reiki, massage, singing, dancing, being a doula or a death doula, or whatever it is that you're thinking of doing, whatever this new business venture is, keep at it. You're doing it right. And keep it coming from this like place of service, this place of giving. Keep being courageous and boldly diving into taking good care of yourself. Also feel like if you want to have a baby, you don't need to be out here playing Russian roulette. Anyway, what don't we see coming? What don't we see coming? With this releasing of these things, what are we making space for? What are we making space for? What don't we see coming? Wow. Wow. A lot of us are letting go of some really like deep-seated insecurities and fears. A lot of us are letting like what we don't see coming is the end of these swords in our hearts. The end of like these questions. Why doesn't it ever go my way? Or why don't they love me? Or why don't they do this? Why? There's all this like understanding from the 3 to the 7 to the 9. The 9 is the end of a cycle in the realm of the mind. And this has been a very anxious, fearful, maybe even insecure, or you're really having to play it off or whatever. I feel like there's love or new connection that has come in that has really triggered the past. Please clarify the 3 of Swords reversed. So what we don't see coming in, it's interesting. It's like what you mean. It's either this like resurfacing of old pain, because the divine's bringing us new connection. There is new union. There's new merging. There is like-minded individuals that are coming towards you. And I feel like a lot of us gave up faith or gave up hope that we could have a connection like this, or we could have like love like this. A lot of us have been in this really pessimistic place, nihilistic optimism. There's been like this almost self-defeating kind of, what did it say? Foreboding is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Last time I loved, last time I tried, last time I started this business, last time I took care of myself, nothing came out. They played me, they betrayed me, they slept on me, whatever it was. These fears, these insecurities, these old thoughts, all of these swords and tarot are thoughts, words, legalities, mindsets. There is a freedom in the realm of the mind. Some of you are getting like legally free. For some of you, what we don't see coming is like, it could be divorce. It could be like breaking up, or it could be just like finally getting out of this old stuffy mindset around love and connection and this isn't just love and connection. This could also be like business partnerships and mergers. Some of us may have been afraid to invest in ourselves because last time that we bet on ourselves, we got burned. But Aaliyah, thank you. Aaliyah was just like, if at first you don't succeed, and try again. Wipe me down. You know? Please clarify the Seven of Swords, because I know those are cards that scare most people. So I'm just going to give us some clarity. What we don't see coming, I feel like, are these betrayals that have been, these betrayals that happened in the past that have had you bound are coming up. Yep, the Sun reverse. Even the stuff with the father, even your stuff with your father wounds, even your stuff that's come up with the childhood. There's like this lighting from below, us seeing things from a different perspective. The way that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Leo hurt you. There also could have been stuff about like children or miscarriages or, you know, some of us have like terminated a pregnancy. Some of us have lost children. Some of us have really repressed some stuff that happened in our childhood. And I just feel like the pace is picking up. Things are coming in to be revealed, and these thoughts may feel very oppositional. Like you may feel under attack by your mind, or you may have felt under attack by your mind. There could just be flashes, or some of you may be having some sort of like PTSD kind of experiences. Please clarify the Nine of Swords. But that stuff is coming up to come out. Yep, Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles. What I tell you? Because we've been trying to like control life, the moon. This is Pisces energy. We've been trying to like dictate where everything is gonna go without dealing with where we've been and what we've been through. And so the universe is like, excuse me, tap, tap, tap. I'm trying. Can you turn around? Can you look at this real quick? Because you're not in control of anything. So, you know, you might as well allow yourself to understand that these swords were given to you. These lessons were given to you, not to break you, but to enhance you, to teach you, to mold you, to sharpen you, to help you help yourself fill your fucking cup so that you can attract somebody that also fills their cup. Please clarify the Two of Cups. And so that through all of this angst and pain, you can learn to integrate the light and the dark, merge them, because the darkness holds up the ceiling just as much as the light does. Your darkness pulls your chariot towards victory just as much as the light does. And so there is victory coming from these unions. But if you stay here, how many times does Divine need to tap on your shoulder? All right. Lastly, how can we be of service? Virgo is service oriented. They want to give, they want to show up, and so will you. How can we better be of service? Ten of Swords and the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands reversed with the 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. We can be of service by way of stop being so defensive, stop being so closed off. Speak to people, talk to fucking people, genuinely try to connect. Don't try like fuck small talk. Allow yourself to genuinely connect. And if that means staying and talking to the barista an extra 3 minutes, then wow, you probably made an impact on someone's day. Or you let somebody make an impact on you. How does Auntie Tab say? She's like, you know, have a good day, and if you can't, don't you go ruining someone else's. So we can be of service by way of taking care of ourselves enough to not be burnt out, and therefore be all conflictual and anxious and full of attitude. All right, final messages, final cards, final messages, just flowing from spirit. Anything else you got to say to us for this full moon? 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups with the Pisces card, Hangman, on the bottom of the deck. Some of us, I just need you to know, in Pisces season, there's old shame and guilt and pain and the ways that you've punished yourself, the ways you string yourself up, the ways you hold yourself back. That shit is coming up. It's been put on Jump Street so you can look at it and get yourself unstuck. We will be diving deeper into our subconscious mind in Pisces season, and now Mercury is in Pisces. Shit's gonna get weird, and it needs to. Because Spirit wants you to know that the cycle that you're on now, the stuff that you've been working for, you will be celebrated for it. Keep doing the work. You will draw in new community, new friends. You will draw in new love, like platonic and romantic love. Work on healing from being lied to, deceived, or cheated on. Spirit wants us to work on numbing ourselves. Some of us drink too much, smoke too much, because we're afraid to feel some of the stuff that's from the past. There's still heartbreak and pain and disappointment that's kept us indecisive and stuck looking and focusing on places that we don't need to be focusing on, because where your attention goes, that thing grows. So it's time to be focusing, redirecting your attention. Stop looking at the past. Stop looking at who's left, who's behind you. Stop talking about the shit. Stop. And focus on what's ahead of you. What seeds are you planting? How are you taking care of the seeds that you've planted? Are you watering them? Are you pruning the bush? Are you taking care of yourself? And be patient. But keep your eye and your attention on what you want to grow. Because what you want to grow is not confusion. It's a new relationship with yourself. It's a new relationship with someone that's fiery, that's energy, that has a lot of energy, someone that's passionate, someone that's youthful. They may have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. You're needing to focus your attention on all these different things that you want to do. What you want to do with this here life that you got, baby. And it's going to require us to tap into our shadow, that raw, uncut, unfiltered version of ourselves, so we can be honest, so that we can experience honest, brutal truth and heal our relationship to our inner self and our inner guide, and to being able to make a decision based on what you think solely versus needing to call a whole bunch of people. We are asking, we need to focus on our new stars. What are the new stars that you want to be under? What are the new aspirations? Letting in guidance, reconnecting and focusing on what it is that you hope for, that you wish for, and that you're putting your time and energy and work into, because Saturn is in Pisces, and we will be getting out of our comfort zone and proceeding forward on this uphill journey towards our fucking dreams. And you need to know what your dreams are so that your actions can match the ambitions, and that you're walking towards the trajectory that you want to walk towards. I fucking love you. You got this. Mwah.